This event, Devolution Evolution Open House, is celebrating a long process. We've come in to take over this amazing Hatworks building and also a shop inside the mall shopping centre and bring to life lots of new creative ideas from our freelance family. So during the lockdown period, when none of the freelancers could make any work or perform shows, we wanted to sort of get the creativity to still happen and get ideas out there. Normally Tangled Feet bring people together and make shows together, but that wasn't possible. So we gave all of our freelance family a small commission and said, go and think about new ideas for the future, new ways of working, new collaborations, new types of form. You might be a stage manager that wants to make some digital art. You might be a writer who wants to sing. You might be an actor who wants to make a video. And here we are in Luton, inside the Hatworks, celebrating all of those wonderful ideas that have been developed.
It started last summer in lockdown as a lockdown project, and we were given 6 days to explore our own process and respond to the theme of the catalyst. And as a performer, I've always done very collaborative work, so it was a chance for me to explore my own process as an individual artist. I've been writing a play over the last year called Petal, which is about, tackles themes of cyberbullying and suicide. And I think the negative side of the social media and the popularity, the tweeting, the liking, all the negative sides have to be talked about. And during lockdown, Tangled Feet with Devo Evo has been fantastic. They really gave us an opportunity to keep being creative and keep thinking about what we want to make. And it's been really lovely to work with the Tangled Feet family to get it on its feet and see the potential.
This bit now feels amazing. It feels completely exhausting, but also amazing because we've got almost 20 artists, some of them working in the shopping centre, some of them working in the Hatworks, some of them working in different places. And it's like 20 little projects have been bubbling away and now they're all exploding here, and we're asking the public to come in and see them. So it's an amazing moment, although the project's still growing and it will carry on growing in the future.
For my own project, Reunion, I was lucky enough to work with some amazing young people from NGYT in Luton. We used green screen technology to capture their own devised choreography, which they sent here to me in Seville, and I combined that with digital animation to create a magical world for a final installation, which was then sent back to Luton and shown as part of the Devolution Evolution house. It was a great example of how art can rise above adversity and still provide hope and connection and inspiration.
My project is basically about creating a sense of joy, sense of collective experience. Already we've been practicing here in the shopping centre and people keep asking us what's happening, what's this event, and there's a really exciting buzz, and you can tell that everyone's really excited about this sort of project. I'm quite new to directing. It's something that I'm working towards, and so being able to work on my own project and make it special and bring it somewhere that's going to really appreciate it has been incredibly enriching.
My piece is called I'm Not Feeling Myself, and it is a sort of an exploration into identity and anxiety, what we do when people aren't looking. This has been the first time properly since lockdown that we've been able to do stuff like this, and the buzz and the energy from doing that is just absolutely that's something else.
I've been working with Tangled Feet for about 8 years now, and I'm usually doing the flying stuff up in the air. I've done a lot of aerial shows with them, and yeah, they just asked me to come on board as an artist and to see where else I'd like my career to go, and that's when I said, yeah, I'm really interested in interviewing other artists. I have always loved chatting to people, so I love to host a show myself, so that's why I'm starting with the podcast, just because podcasts really helped me during lockdown to help me feel connected. So yeah, I'd love for this to carry on into my work.
It really gave me the chance to literally dissect my process and form something new. Sharing works in progress is something that I'll take from that, because I feel like it's relatable and people want to see the process, they want to see the journey and walk alongside you.
I went over to the exhibition, I had a look and allowed myself to be inspired by the films especially. I took snippets and small tiny extracts of text from the films and transformed them into poetry, which I also made matching paintings for.
Me and Lee Nelson really wanted to explore some themes around what it means to feel at home when you might be somebody who could be seen as a bit of an outsider. Sort of became this generational discussion and a discussion about faith and belief and what makes us good people. It means a lot to me to have my work experienced by Lutonians. It's a very vulnerable place, but what's been wonderful is pretty much every artist in Devolution Evolution has explored a sense of that vulnerability, has sort of tried to look at something new. So even though it's daunting, we're all kind of in this together, and that's a really beautiful thing.
My project is a kind of theatre, circus, acrobatic piece, dressed as mannequins in a shop front in Luton. Oh, it's always great to work with Tangled Feet because it's like coming back to a family. You know, everyone's friends, friendly. They only work with really nice people. It's just a real privilege to be able to work with such a nice company. It's great that during lockdown that they've wanted us as artists to go away and work on things that interest us. They're not just saying, okay, they're saying, you know, you've got your skills, you have your interests as creatives, find what makes you excited, bring it back to us and we'll share it. And that's really nice. It's a really nice approach to have because we've got the opportunity to be involved in other people's projects, which could be completely different to ours.
We're obviously working with some local artists on the project. So we've got local artists involved on the project from the start. And we've also invited some new local artists to us to come and get involved and make reflection pieces in response to this. So we were sharing this with the creative community of Luton and the public. We're also asking the creative community of Luton to also be inspired and sort of carry on the journey of thinking about this idea of making new short bits of work that maybe respond to Devolution Evolution. These ideas will be the radical change. It will come from the bottom up, not the top down. So Devolution Evolution is about spreading out those ideas and that power and making change happen.